Hello, I'm Cynthia Countouris, Head of Product Marketing for Artificial Intelligence in Retail and CPG at NVIDIA. We work with some of the most innovative retailers that are implementing AI solutions using NVIDIA's technology. And I'd like to kick off this session with a short video around how these retailers are using AI, and then we'll get into our session in more detail. So with that, let's take a look.
I am a helper, powering new discoveries everywhere we go. And helping us reimagine our perfect home. I am delivering on every promise, predicting what comes next, and stepping up to meet the demand. Ensuring care in everything we deliver, and the safety of those who make it happen. I am anticipating every need, responding to every challenge, saving valuable time, and simplifying our busy lives. Delivering a better future for us all. I am AI, brought to life by NVIDIA and inspired minds everywhere.
I love that video. Exciting, isn't it? What we saw were numerous ways retailers are leveraging AI to be more nimble and respond to market opportunities. As we've all experienced this year, COVID has dramatically changed consumers' needs and buying behavior. And so today more than ever, retailers need the agility to respond to those changes in real time. This rapidly shifting consumer demand has put a lot of pressure on the supply chain. And in fact, Doug McMillon, CEO of Walmart, says that supply chain has become the lifeline of retail, and isn't he right? That means that retailers need to automate distribution centers to be able to fulfill orders faster. They need faster and more accurate forecasting and replenishment to support the demand, and the ability to decrease the labor and cost challenges that they're facing. In parallel, there is demand to support omnichannel convenience so that consumers can shop any way that they want and get the items delivered or picked up at the curbside, and at the same time ensure employee and customer safety. And all of this requires real-time agility. So today in this session, I'm going to talk about the AI use cases that can provide that agility and can be deployed in months, not years. So how can AI help drive better consumer engagement, deliver operational agility, and seamless omnichannel experience for both retailers and customers? Well, if you look at the retail industry today, it's a $26 trillion global industry. But the average retailer has an extremely thin 2% average net profit margin. However, a recent McKinsey study states that AI and automation can increase this margin from 2% to 6%. That's a 3 times increase in profit with AI, which really translates into over $1 trillion of increased annual profit for the entire industry. And so through our working with leading retailers, there are really 3 areas where we see AI making the greatest impact: supply chain optimization, omnichannel management, and intelligent stores. Under supply chain optimization, there are 2 critical use cases. The first major need is the ability to do more frequent and more accurate forecasting. And the second is around warehouse logistics and increasing throughput. With omnichannel management, e-commerce is increasingly critical, and we'll delve into this in detail. And finally, with intelligent stores, while there has been that growth in online ordering, the majority of revenue and consumer demand is through shopping at local stores. And so the health and safety of your employees as well as your customers are incredibly important, and AI can help with that, as well as with other intelligent store use cases such as asset protection and so forth. So let's start talking about how AI is helping retailers optimize their supply chain. Here to start with is forecasting. Retailers need to be able to not only increase their forecast accuracy, but also run forecasting much faster and more frequently. And I'll share 2 case studies on this in just a moment. The next area where AI is delivering significant business value is in adding intelligence to the distribution centers. From intelligent warehouses that automate the entire process of unloading from trucks at the dock and capturing what has been delivered, to video analytics that allows for tracking of packages, to adaptive speed conveyors that automatically change speed based on the items, such as perishable goods that are on the conveyor belt by leveraging AI. And of course, robots are used for many mundane and repetitive services like pick and pack, loading and unloading from trucks, shelf climbing autonomous robots that actually store and retrieve items from smart cabinets. And all of these use cases ensure that retailers can deliver a much better experience for their customers, whether it's fulfilling their orders faster or ensuring that the right products are in the right stores at the right time. Our first case study is about a very innovative retailer, Walmart, in a new demand forecasting solution that they've developed in partnership with NVIDIA. Walmart has over 100,000 different products in its 4,700 stores in the US alone. And the Walmart Labs data science team predicts demand for 500 million item by store combinations every day. And so they partner with NVIDIA using Rapids, our open source libraries for data science, to accelerate the training of their algorithms. They're now able to train their algorithms 20 times faster on a single GPU than what they were doing on 20 CPUs. And by being able to train their algorithms faster, it also means that they're able to train them much more frequently, and that results in improved accuracy. In fact, they've achieved 4% improvement in their forecast accuracy. This agility in forecasting enables Walmart to respond in real time to shopper trends, have more of the right products on the shelves, fewer out-of-stock situations, and increase sales. Our second example of using AI for improving forecast accuracy is actually with a quick service restaurant, a leading American restaurant chain that operates thousands of locations. And they wanted to do forecasting in a much more granular fashion, including dollars earned and transactions made, item quantities sold, and ingredients consumed, and improve their forecast accuracy. Some of the challenges that they had with their legacy forecasting system was that, well, first of all, it lagged behind in terms of sales trends. It didn't take into consideration external demand influences like weather or local sporting events. It was unable to handle seasonalities and really did not adapt to tailored models for different use cases. So they partnered with Quantify, which is one of NVIDIA's system integrator partners, and developed a new forecasting solution that combines big data and leverages deep learning on NVIDIA GPUs. They were able to develop a new forecasting solution that improves their accuracy by over 20% and allows them to include external factors that influence demand, as well as they're able to now do scenario forecasting. For example, estimating the impact of marketing campaigns and providing day one forecasts for new items or newly opened stores. And in addition, this new forecasting solution has a business intelligence dashboard that enables the restaurant chain to visualize, analyze, diagnose, and even set alerts for more efficient and effective forecasting. And as I'm sure those of you who are in the restaurant and retail business know, even a small percentage improvement in forecast accuracy has tens to hundreds of millions of dollars of cost efficiency impact. So our next example is about intelligent distribution centers, which leverage AI to bring awareness and insight to the automated warehouses that many retailers already have. Companies like Kion Group are using AI to add intelligence to their multi-shuttle systems that contain smart cabinets, conveyors, and robotic arms. By adding intelligence and perception, they're able to ensure accurate and much more efficient storage and retrieval of goods while decreasing potential downtime. And so that combination of faster and effective throughput and accurate order fulfillment really translates into hundreds of millions of dollars of savings for retailers, delivering an incredibly compelling business value. Now that we've covered supply chain optimization, I'd like to talk about e-commerce optimization to drive agility. Of course, we're all well aware of the fact that this year saw a huge jump in online sales. And so in this area, AI is really helping in 3 areas. The first is the onboarding of products through automated product labeling. For those of you with experience and for any data scientists in the audience, you know that tagging and labeling all products completely, consistently, and accurately is just not humanly feasible. But this is a perfect problem for AI to solve. Ensuring detailed attribute level tagging really improves the effectiveness of your e-commerce site and the ability for consumers to find exactly what they're looking for. For example, being able to deliver the right products to consumers searching for cereals that are gluten-free with vanilla flavor. And so complete, consistent, and accurate labeling can make a significant improvement in your e-commerce sales. The second area, of course, is a huge driver of additional revenue, and that is a recommendation system, which again is using AI to be able to offer much more personalized, accurate recommendations, not only based on what other people have bought, but also based on the consumer's buying history and also similar and complementary products that fit into their previous buying behavior. The third area is visual search. As opposed to the text-based attributes and tagging, this is basically the ability to use computer vision and do image-based searching and be able to find exact and similar items based on the particular image that the customer provided for the search. So let's look at a few examples. Our first example here is provided by Clarify, one of NVIDIA's partner ISVs. We discussed the time-consuming complexity of ensuring the accuracy and completeness of labeling product attributes, and Clarify's solution automates that using AI. This accuracy and completeness is critical for ensuring findability via SEO and e-commerce recommendations, making it much easier for consumers to find the right products with the right attributes that they're looking for. For example, you could say, show me all the silver laptops with NVIDIA GPUs and 16 gigabytes of memory, or all the chocolate gluten-free cereals that are dairy-free. Computer vision improves the accuracy of product tagging and ultimately removes the friction for consumers' experience, increasing findability, making it easier, and delivering better search results, ultimately providing much more personalized and accurate recommendations to the consumer. Our second example of e-commerce optimization is a company called Stitch Fix, and you may have already used their services. It's an online company that provides a personalized style list and sends once a month a curated package of clothing that fits the style of the customers. And initially they were doing just that. But as the number of customers grew to over 150 million members, that became a very daunting experience to deliver on. And so now they're using deep learning AI algorithms that leverage the clothing accessory images that customers have shared with their stylists via Pinterest, match that to existing inventory that's available, and provide recommendations in terms of what outfits to ship to the customers. So that's become a very effective way of using deep learning and computer vision algorithms to be able to provide recommendations that really match the style of their customers. It's a really, really interesting use case of personalized recommendations in fashion at scale. And with that, I'm now going to start talking about our third and final area, which is intelligent stores. What we're seeing today is that some of the most progressive retailers are deploying AI at the edge in their stores, and that allows them to create intelligent stores, giving them incredible visibility into the behavior of consumers in-store that most retailers currently only have through digital channels such as e-commerce and mobile. These retailers are deploying multiple AI applications in store, and that requires building a distributed infrastructure that allows the deployment of multiple applications on the same server at the back of each store. With NVIDIA's Metropolis software, retailers can install 2 or 3 applications on the same server and allocate resources appropriately. So one of the recommendations that we make is that while you may be thinking of an entry use case that has the biggest ROI, such as asset protection to reduce shrinkage, we really encourage you to think about what's next, what's the next 2 or 3 initiatives that you'll want to deploy. For example, stock out management or store analytics. And so that's really important that you can really invest and buy one server with the right number of GPUs, allowing you to leverage that investment and deploy multiple applications on the same server. So let's talk now about specific use cases for intelligent stores, those AI use cases that will be deployed at the edge in your stores. This slide is very relevant today to ensure the health and safety of your employees and customers. The first area is focused on safety, right? Identifying whether employees are wearing PPE, right? Face masks, gloves, whatever your policy might be. And while we're talking about in-store, this also carries over to your corporate location or your distribution centers and your employees there. There are also solutions that can detect elevated body temperatures and others that can alert when store sanitation is needed, such as in high traffic areas when X number of people have gone through, it's time to come through and sanitize, right? Or ensure that food handling employees are washing their hands appropriately according to policy. And of course, touchless access control for employees to specific areas that are considered to be restricted or secure. Crowd detection and management is another area where AI can play a role, supporting social distancing, identifying areas or times of day where there's a lot of crowding that could create potential health risks, and providing alerts to start to diffuse that. And then the third area is an area that really has gotten a lot of attention in the past 6 to 9 months, right? Curbside pickup, as more and more customers are ordering online for pickup. It's really important to make sure that the right order has been delivered to the right vehicle. This is usually done using computer vision with vehicle detection, which can include make, model, or color of the car. In some cases, license plate recognition, and also alerting store associates when a particular car has arrived for curbside pickup in order to have them confirm and deliver the order. For intelligent stores, there are 3 areas that actually deliver the biggest business value and ROI, and at the top of that list is asset protection. Solutions here are AI applications that leverage computer vision and cameras to detect checkout ticket switching, misscans, in-aisle theft, and security breaches at the entrance and exits of the stores. Examples at self-checkout include the ability to identify if someone is putting a Kit Kat underneath a bottle of whiskey to scan it as a low-dollar item, or stacking 2 packages of meat on top of each other and scanning it as one. And as we all know, shrinkage is a huge problem in the retail industry. It's actually grown in the United States year over year, from 50 billion a year in shrinkage to 62 billion a year last year. And globally, it's a $100 billion problem. So this is certainly one use case that more than anything pays for itself in literally several months. In fact, the hardware investment alone pays for itself in 2 months. And I'm going to share that with you in the next couple of slides. And then, of course, store analytics is around understanding the behavior of consumers in the store for a breadth of use cases, such as real-time alerting associates when there may be a customer that needs assistance, or for merchandising optimization. What are the popular aisles? What are the paths that customers take? You can do demographic analysis on who the shoppers are in the store, such as age, gender, and even ethnicity. And you can anticipate and identify stockouts, alerting employees in real time to restock the shelves, which again is critical to customer loyalty and overall sales. You don't want customers to be coming to your store trying to get toilet paper or fresh meat, right, and not have that available. And then the third component is autonomous or frictionless shopping, which is the Amazon Go style of automated checkout. And there are multiple types of solutions for that, from completely autonomous stores with cameras all over the store to nano stores, which are very large cabinets that are the size of a room, to all the way to smaller smart cabinets that are used for buying, for example, just drinks and so forth. So these are use cases of intelligent stores that particularly drive a lot of financial benefits to retailers. This example for intelligent stores is about how AI is helping retailers reduce shrinkage. As you know, the retail industry loses about 1.5% of revenue to shrinkage, and that represents 62 billion per year in the US and roughly 100 billion globally. For a mass merchant, that's roughly around $500,000 per year per store in shrinkage. This example here is a mass merchant that is using an AI video analytics application powered by NVIDIA T4 GPUs that is detecting ticket switching, double scans, and misscans at self-checkout lanes, as well as in traditional clerk-assisted checkout. If it detects an issue, it will provide feedback to the customer to assist in rescanning, or if necessary, pretend to have an issue and alert an employee to come and assist them with scanning their items. And so what's really important about this is that it's actually stopping theft as it is happening, and obviously has significant financial impact and benefit for the retailers. So let me walk you through the example we just discussed. A typical mass merchant is losing $500,000 per year per store to shrinkage. And if you think of them as having 1,000 stores, that's $500 million per year. These point-of-sale asset protection solutions should reduce the overall shrink of a retailer by about 30%. And so that represents a savings of $150 million per year. Now, in order to achieve this real-time AI inference in the stores, you have to be able to process over 2 million images per second. And that requires edge compute infrastructure, which is basically a server with somewhere around 4 T4 GPUs in each store at roughly a cost of about $28,000. So for 1,000 stores, that's an investment of $28 million plus the cost of the software. But if you look at that $500 million per year that this retailer is losing to shrinkage, that's $42 million a month. And so the cost of investment in the hardware alone is even less than 1 month of shrink. And so this is an incredibly compelling ROI. Now that I've covered the major AI use cases for retail, I'd like to briefly introduce you to how NVIDIA's technology is enabling AI and really can help you, whether your company has data scientists and developers in-house, or you're working with system integrators, or you're looking to buy solutions from software providers. So most people are aware of NVIDIA's GPUs, right? And that's one of the most important components of our offering to dramatically accelerate AI applications and at the time at which algorithms are trained for better accuracy. But in addition to our GPUs, what's really important to understand is our software libraries and our application frameworks. In fact, over 70% of NVIDIA engineers are software engineers. So we have the CUDA layer, which is really critical for accelerating algorithms on GPUs. And on top of that, we have our retail application framework, which leverages 5 important application frameworks for different use cases. The first is Metropolis. This is our application framework for accelerating compute at the edge for video analytics and computer vision type algorithms. Rapids is our data science application framework and libraries, and that is also leveraging Spark 3 that's been fully accelerated on our GPUs using Rapids. And then we have the Isaac application framework for robotics. Jarvis, which is our framework for conversational AI and natural language processing. And Merlin for e-commerce and recommendation systems. And the key thing here to understand about these application frameworks is that developers, whether they're yours, they're with our partner system integrators, or at any of our over 100 ISV ecosystem partners, they're all leveraging the appropriate application frameworks to dramatically increase the performance of their applications, whether it's to support inference at the edge or it's for training in the data center or in the cloud. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you're as excited as we are about all of the AI innovation that is driving agility in retail. To learn more, please contact us at retail@nvidia.com, and I'd like to encourage you to visit NVIDIA's website, where we have a lot more information on these and other ways that retailers are leveraging AI to drive business value. Enjoy the rest of the conference. Cheers.